Everybody, welcome to our channel, The Plumbing Gurus. This is the on-site edition. On this video, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through a shop that we did. Inside of the shop, we ran gas to a tube heater, and also we ran gas to a makeup air unit. We're gonna go through this job, and I'm gonna kind of give you a brief description on how we planned it and how we executed our plan to make everything work. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with the gas line. We had to run a 2-inch gas line. And before we go ahead with the video, we had a little mix up with the mics, so we don't have the mics, so sorry if the sound quality is not the greatest. So what we did here is we ran a 2-inch gas line. As you can see, when we're rising up with our gas line, we use split ring hangers up against the wall, keep the gas nice and neat, tidy, and it also gives it some good support. As you can see here, I'm briefing on this, it's not going anywhere. It's screwed into 2x4s in behind the tin here, so it's fastened nice and solid. This is all low pressure gas, so it doesn't have to be marked every corner. But anyways, we just ran the gas up. We planned all of our ready rod lengths, everything from the ceilings. That's how we got our center to center measurements. We just ran over this way, came a little further than the unit itself so we could come back and into it. It's just easier to do that rather than to go right above it and straight down. So we'll just carry on with the gas line here. Gas line goes 2-inch to 1-inch. That's feeding this, I believe it's a 200,000 BTU heater, this tube heater. So this tube heater here will heat this whole shop. They're gonna have a makeup air unit in here as well, which is also gonna help with air movement. So it'll keep this shop nice and warm. Usually with these tube heaters, they are good, but if you have a bigger space, you want some sort of air handler or air movement or makeup air unit to keep the air moving so it heats up properly. This 2-inch gas line just runs over. As you can see, the ceiling is strapped with 2x4s across, you can see. So what we did is we just followed their screws, and that's when we put our ceiling plates up into the 2x4s so we're properly secured. We just made a bed here. You might be wondering why we have so many couplings. It's because we had to pick up the 2-inch gas at the wholesaler, so we had to cut them in half. Usually we have 20-foot lengths. So if we get the material delivered on site, 20-foot lengths, we wouldn't have as many couplings, but in this case, we had no choice. We just ran the gas line straight over, straight down the wall, with 2 split ring hangers again. You want to make sure this gas line is really secured. This is a shop, so we don't know if it's going to be welders or whatever, so you want to make sure whatever gas line you have is properly secured. We're not going to go outside. It's really windy out here, so it'd just be distorted. You wouldn't be able to hear what I'm talking about. Let's go over the tube heater really quick. So when we do our gas, I like to prep it so that when I come back, it's just tied in, easy to go. So what I did is, I could have just ran down on the end of that valve and just capped it, but what we did is we got a T, got my T at the right height. I put a little plug in the T. This is all pressured right now. We have it set at 20 pounds of pressure, and it's holding the gas line. We cannot tie that hose into that gas line there, because if that goes on into the gas in the unit itself, it'll actually blow all the seals in the gas valve. So that's why that's not connected, for testing purposes. As for this here, this is just the air intake that goes into the unit. And inside it has its own burner, and it has its own fan that pushes the heat all the way through here. These things put off a large amount of heat. Like, it's a really comfortable heat, especially at this height, without even any air movement. If this thing was running, you'd be able to feel the heat coming down from this height here, which is, it's about 18 feet, I believe, from the floor. So here, we just connected them all. We kept them nice and straight. Luckily, there was strapping above here, so we just went right above the strapping there, kept it at the same distance when we hung the tube heaters all the way, so it's nice and straight, as straight as we can get it. And then the end here, we just turned, we changed from C vent to B vent. We ran our B vent out of the wall, heat silicone around the B vent there. And yeah, that's about it. Pretty basic job. This took us about 2 days to do. Day and a half, 2 days. Yesterday we had 3 of us going on this one. Today it was just me and Karsten. But yeah, so it was about 2 or 3 days, or sorry, 1 to 2 days to do this job. And then we'll have to come back once inspection is passed, tie in the meter, tie in the gas, and do an operational test to make sure everything works fine. But if you guys have any questions, or if you would have done something a little different, give me a shout out, let me know, leave a comment below. Thanks a lot for watching, guys, and we'll see you on the next one.